Hi, welcome to O2 Life. My name is Shannon. So today we're doing O2 Power. I do have some poses that you may want to use one block for. If you like 2 blocks in your practice and you have them, please grab them. You'll also be able to do this without a block if you don't happen to have one. Spotify, my playlist is linked in the details of this video, so you can open the link and press play now. We have quite a bit in store today. We are going to be working in a power flow, of course, but with some Pinchamayurasana, some dolphin, on the elbows quite a bit. So that may be where we use our block as well, but actually where we're going to get started is a crocodile pose. So this is the most gentle back bend on your stomach that I actually really love to start class in. I am not going to stay in it so I can sit up and talk to you, but it's on your stomach. Make a little pillow with your hands and drop your forehead to the hands. I guess I can stay here because I have the mic. So one of the reasons I really love starting class here is just because we don't often cultivate our breath like at the beginning of class, lying on our stomach. And it's this really tangible way to connect with your breath because you feel on your inhales, your belly sort of balloon up and lift your back away from the floor. And then on your exhales, you just like sink closer to the floor. So just try to stay connected to your breath here as you cultivate a deeper, more conscious breath. It may be Ujjayi. We are building a lot of heat if you want to add the breath in there as well. Sometimes the practice itself is enough. So you just want smooth, sweet, pretty steady breaths. You're just setting the tone for this power class. So this pose, again, I really love. It's just letting us know we're going to get into some back bending, but it's the most gentle back bend you can do. Just this tiny lift of the head that lifts the shoulders and chest that need to get some opening for us, all of us, always. And just 2 more here. Start to activate into the legs a little bit if they're not. Just instead of letting the feet flop out, kind of straightening out your feet, pointing your toes, engaging the legs a little bit, like you're gently squeezing a block between your thighs, and we'll come right up into a sphinx. So again, this is the shape we'll make quite a bit in class today, so I want to focus on it here in this first sphinx for a moment. Your forearms are parallel. Your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. One way to kind of check that out is that you grab opposite elbows, right? If you can't touch them, then you're too wide. But also something that all of us tend to do is have the hands come in towards each other. That's okay. Grab a block if that's you. So put your the space between your first finger and thumb around the sides of the block the wide way. And then focus on your back bend. So press into the hands, into the forearms. Engage the legs like I was talking about, even more than I was just saying. Press into your pubic bone and push into the forearms to lift your chest. Even pull back isometrically on the forearms to lift your heart even more forward. Nice C curve in the low back. And breathe. Good. You can keep using your block if it helps. Tuck your toes under, take an inhale, and exhale up into forearm plank. Now watch if your hips go up. We want the shoulders still right over the elbows. If the hands creep towards each other, it is okay to interlace, but I do prefer you have the traditional hands and arms. But I know some people need to interlace. That's totally fine. Here, hover your right foot, take an inhale. Exhale, tap your right tricep with your right knee. Hover it again. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, hover left. Exhale, tap. Inhale, back. Lower, exhale. Inhale. Come forward, tap. Exhale. Inhale, extend back. Lower on the exhale with your breath. And if you're not doing the exact breath as me, no worries. If you're just holding a plank and breathing because that's your edge, that's totally fine. If you drop the knees to modify, please do what you need. This is your practice. 1 more on each side. Hold. Dolphin pose early, I know. Walk the feet in, drop the head. So the interlace again is allowed, but not preferred. Also a great way to practice dolphin, so you're still in it even though I brought my knees down, so you know, is actually you can recruit more of your biceps, I find, if you press into the block. So that might be the way you want to practice your dolphin today. So we can bend our knees as much as we need to in this first one. We're pressing into the forearms. If the hands are flat, press into the hands and press your heart back towards your thighs. It might not be a deep dolphin, this first one, that's fine. So your legs are doing down dog, right? Your hips are high to the sky. Head is dropped between the arms, but not on the floor. And take one more breath. Okay, so drop the knees. This is sometimes called embryo pose, which I love. So versus child's, the difference is just the arms come down by the sides. So similar to crocodile, we can have a moment here with ourselves, feel our breath in our thighs, and give your shoulders and this part of our upper back, like our lats, our rhomboids, those are going to be working hard today. And so I just think it gives it a little bit more of a break than your regular child's, but you choose. Good, come on up and come to downward facing dog. So take the hands now, shoulder width distance, of course, and the hips high. And get some real length. I think we can take these down dogs as an opportunity versus the dolphin. There's less space to just get spacious in our back, between our shoulder blades, right? Breathe there. And you don't have to press your heart back in the down dog. Just find a really strong neutral spine. So from your hands up to your hips is one straight line. You can inhale, thinking almost sucking up from the floor, from your fingertips to the sit bones. And then exhale, dropping the heels down, opening up the backs of the legs a little bit more. Good, so bend the knees like as much as you did in dolphin, I'm going to say. Just kind of hover, your shins aren't going to be parallel to the ground, but just hover your shins lower towards the ground. And look at your hands. We're going to call this a turbo dog. So you're going to bend your elbows a little bit too. Okay? And now straighten, go back to your regular downward facing dog. And then look forward, bend the knees again. Maybe they go even lower, maybe the elbows go even lower. Turbo dog. Good, and then drop the heels down, downward facing dog. Good, this time from your turbo dog, inhale, exhale, plank, and I want you to go fast. Inhale, turbo dog, exhale, plank. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, hold. Take a push-up, back to plank, inhale, downward facing dog, exhale. So no more turbo dog, but that second part that we just did. Inhale, plank. You can always put the knees down. Exhale, push-up. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. Keep going. Inhale. Knees can drop if they need to. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Chaturanga hold. Upward facing dog or cobra if you're not quite ready. Take a couple breaths in this first back bend. Look at your feet. They should be pointed back if you're an up dog. Thighs are off the mat. Lift the heart higher. Use your low belly. Look down between your hands and roll up and back, using your core to lift you from up dog to down dog. Walk your feet up to your hands. We'll get off these shoulders for a second. Actually grab opposite elbows. That should feel good after this as well. Or maybe even an interlace. Those will be your two options. Shake out your head. Weight forward in the balls of the feet. If your belly's far away from your thighs, bend your knees. Almost like that child's pose, you can feel the breath into your thighs and then the release. Fingertips to the mat. Heel toe your feet together. Let's come right to a chair pose. Utkatasana, arms up. Sink the hips. Exhale, arms back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sweep back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Exhale. We can stand all the way up on inhale. Reach, look up, find a little bit of a back bend. Hands to the heart. Exhale. Close your eyes. Take a moment. This wonderful practice of yoga gives us moments to check in. So we're going to work hard, and then we're going to stop and see what's happening. We don't go to sleep. Arms back down by your sides, mountain. Reach arms up, inhale, forward fold, exhale. Step back to plank. Take an inhale, shift forward an inch. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breaths. Inhaling from the hands up to the hips. Exhaling, hips down the backs of the legs. Let the fronts of the legs be engaged like a forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to, just like we did in forward fold. On your next exhale, look forward, bend the knees, bottom of your exhale, feet to the top of the mat. Step, hop, or float. Pull your heart through your arms. Inhale, fold into yourself. Exhale. Inhale, root to rise, reach the arms up, maybe a little back bend, right back down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the heart forward, keep looking forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, roll over the toes, use the belly. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe. Notice. Be in this pose. Bottom of the exhale. Maybe this time a little hop or a couple of hops, right? We could play around, build some heat that way. If that's not in your practice, you can always do these little froggy. This is just like a lead up to your handstand hops, right? Building more heat in the thighs. We can even go that low if we are doing handstand hops. And then your next one, land the feet up between the hands. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, rise, back bend. Exhale, fold, forward bend. Inhale, offer the heart, plant the palms. Heart reaches forward, feet back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Okay, drop your knees down. And yeah, we'll skip the block. Hugging your elbows in, I want you to do like a little push-up, but you have to think weight shifting forward. So I'm not just going to drop my elbows like I am going to go to Sphinx. I'm going to do a push-up, so my chin goes to the front of the mat and taps, and then I press back up. Okay, so then drop your elbows the way that we would, like I just said we weren't doing, towards like a turbo dog or like a dolphin. And then from there, there's this shifting of weight for a transition we're doing later that takes less strength than you think and more just letting your brain do it or not get in the way. So you lift your weight up and do the push-up, and you press back to almost like turbo dog. Okay, so try to do that from turbo dog, which we kind of did, but you're going to go right to chaturanga instead of plank. So we bend the knees a little bit, bend the elbows a lot. Maybe they even come down towards dolphin. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, last one. Exhale, inhale, up dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. So that was just a little tutorial for something we're going to do later. All right. Take your left leg to the ceiling, three-legged dog. And let's stack the hip. Let's take a moment here and get a nice stretch. We've already been working hard. Okay, straighten the leg, square off the hip. Here we go. Take an inhale, exhale, left elbow to left knee. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Come forward, push into your hands. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Good. Three-legged plank. Three-legged chaturanga. Switch feet. Listen carefully. Switch feet. Knee to nose. Right knee to nose. And step your foot between your hands. Rise up. Crescent lunge. Take an inhale here. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Just like we did in chair. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep it back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hold. Bend the right elbow. Take the left arm out to the side, bend the left elbow, either hold onto your clothing or grab your own hands. Pull the front body into the back body. Pull the right hip back, get lower, and breathe. Press your head, back of your head into that upper arm. Good. Release. From high lunge, hands down, step forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Sink your hips, reach through your arms. This time on the exhale, take a twist to the right. Left elbow outside your right thigh. Drop the hips, lift the heart. Bum low, heart high, and push your elbow into your knee to turn yourself open more. Breathe. Good. All the way up, reach up. Even here, find a little back bend. Hands to heart center, exhale. Find mountain. Take a breath. Take a moment. And inhale to reach. Arms up. Exhale to fold. Step your right foot all the way to the back of the mat. And we're just here going to flow. Do a little dynamic stretching. Take an inhale. You can reach the heart. You can even drop the back knee. And then exhale, straighten through the front leg. You can always use your block here with both hands on the block, or if you have two. Or you can just be on fingertips. So keep moving with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. Forward to your runner's lunge. Plant your right hand on the floor or the block. Reach your left arm up, twist. Simple twist, but grab your right hip, lift it up. Reach your left arm and look up. Good, hand down. Step back, three-legged plank. We're not switching, don't worry. Chaturanga, both feet down, up dog. Roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Good, what we are going to do finally is drop. Do your best, just like the turbo. You can bend your knees as much as you need to, so get low to the ground. I want you to try to drop both elbows at the same time to your dolphin. I know how challenging that is, and use the block or interlace if you need to modify. This time, try to get more angle in your armpits. Just press the heart back. Just press, press, press. And breathe. Okay, we've basically done this. You just have your elbows down. So something in our brains is like, it just doesn't let this happen. So look forward and go right to chaturanga. Don't think about it. Go right there. Up dog, downward facing dog. So just for a second, I'll show you what I see normally in class, is that everyone takes their weight forward first, and then look, there's no way. You just can't lift the elbows if you're here. It has to happen like a flow, like we did with the dolphin to the plank. So it's this shifting of weight. We'll try again though. Take a breath in and out. And reach your right leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Bend your knee. Stack right hip over left. Still keep the left heel dropping to the floor right behind the toes. And then straighten it out, square it off. Inhale. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Good. Three-legged plank, three-legged chaturanga, switch feet. Left foot's in the air, knee to nose. Step your left foot through. If you got lost, left foot forward, right foot back. High lunge, reach up. Settle in. Take an inhale. Exhale, reach the arms back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hold here. Bend the left elbow. Take the right arm out to the side. Bend the right elbow. Hold on to your clothes or your own fingers. Press the front body into the back body. Try to find a neutral pelvis here. Send your prana, life force, where it needs to go. One more breath. Release the hands. Take them to your heart, then back and overhead. Hands to the mat. Step right foot forward. Fold over your legs. Breath in to lengthen. Breath out to fold feet together. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, twist left, right elbow outside left thigh. Press the elbow into the knee. Turn your chest open. Hips low, heart high. All right, we're using the leverage here, the proprioception of elbow to knee, to find more of a twist around our long spine. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, stand all the way up. Reach up, hands to heart. This is a moment. Take it. Good, arms reach down, out and up, inhale. Fold on the exhale. We're gonna step our left foot back. You can use your blocks here or be on fingertips. Inhale, we open up the front body, lift the heart. You can drop the back knee a little bit. Exhale, back your hips up. Keep going. And if your breath is a little off from mine, that's normal. We're not the same person. Do your practice, do you. Exhale back. And then rebend your right knee, plant the left hand. Simple twist, right arm up. Wrap the left arm around and just grab that left hip and lift it up so that they're more in line with each other, sacrum flat. Reach the right arm back up and hold. Press through your back heel. Right hand down. So trying, I know you'll only be able to hear what I'm saying, not my foot, and I can't hear you either. But do your best to not do that slidey, you hear the foot move on the mat. Use your core, lift up the foot, take it back, three-legged plank. Chaturanga, upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Try not to come way forward with your weight, but actually way back as you drop both elbows at the same time. Dolphin pose. This time, walk your feet in a little bit. And even though the weight was going back, now try to take shoulders over your elbows. Walk the feet in like one day your hips could be over your shoulders, and lift your left leg up in the air. Get as high on the right toe as you can. Switch. As close as you can, and reach with that right foot, trying to stack. Elbow, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle. Step it down. Embryo pose. Arms by your sides, forehead down. Reconnect with your breath. Feel the belly on the thighs. Beautiful. Find your way to downward facing dog, please. Good. Lift your right leg up this time without stacking the hips, so really actually press through the right heel. Keep the toes pointed or flointed or flexed, but do something with your foot. Right knee to nose, just really intentionally. We're only doing this once, but really press into the hands. Just like when we stepped back, try to step forward really lightly. In control. It wasn't my best. Drop your left heel. Warrior one, reach your arms up and overhead. Interlace your hands behind you. This will be a nice shoulder stretch for us. Open up the chest, inhale. Humble warrior, exhale. Watch the right hip kicking out to the side, hug it into the midline. Try to connect your right shoulder to your right knee. Drop your head down. Like one day it would touch the floor. Maybe you can put a block under it and it can touch. Take shoulders up and away from the floor. Perfect. So you can move the block out of the way if you grabbed it. You're going to lift up halfway, reach the knuckles, back the heart forward, flip up your back heel with the interlace, warrior three. Again, flex, floint, or point, do something. Press through the knuckles and lift your heart a little higher. Slowly transition, hands to the right leg, and maybe without even taking the hands to the floor, standing split. So you're holding onto the ankle and pulling yourself in. So I had to drop my left hand down. Hands to the mat. Take a couple handstand hops if you like. However you like to do them, you can go to a wall. I'm not going to teach a ton here, just going to give you the option, and we all will land in Uttanasana. Good. So we're going to want to have our block nearby. From Uttanasana, so other foot, step your right foot all the way back, and just revisit easy twist. Right hand down, left arm up, maybe a half bind if you want it. Maybe hand outside the foot, up to you. One more breath. And then take your left hand down, shorten your stance, so your back heel's flat. Here's most likely where most of us are going to want to block. Put it outside the foot though, instead of in front or inside. Right hand on the block, most likely highest height, and find your Parvrita Trikonasana, twisting triangle. Stay there. So from here, we're going to unwind. Left hand down, you can just move the block off to the side. Walk your hands between your feet. So you're now in a wide fold, and then we're even going to counter twist, so go in the other direction. Left hand to the floor or a block, right arm up. Maybe wrap the right arm around you. Just a really great counter twist. Good. Right hand back down. And then walk your hands back up to your left foot. Right, so I'm in my fold. Walk up to my left foot. Drop the back knee and just come up to Anjaneyasana with your hands on your front thigh. It's just a nice low lunge. But find a back bend by pushing into the hands to open up your chest. Right? And then try to have your arms be an extension of the back bend. Bring them right to the tips of your shoulders, and instead of just reaching up, reach back. You can imagine you're holding a block between your hands, then bend your elbows like you're doing dolphin. Now get ready, we're going there. Take an inhale. Hands down, tuck your back toes. Three-legged dolphin. Drop the elbows, sweep left leg high. Okay, look forward. Three-legged chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice, left leg high to the sky. I like flexing, just especially here. I do flointing quite a bit, but flexing here because you can really just press through that heel. And imagine you're standing on, something. And your hips are even and you're still pushing into your hands, that can lift your foot even higher. And now really intentionally, knee to nose, slow. Use the core, make lots of space to step the foot lightly. Right heel down, warrior one. Arms out to the side and back behind you, interlace. Knuckles down, chest up. Ooh, that feels nice after all the dolphins. And humble. Humbly bow. Knuckles can come up and back. Shoulders up and away from the floor. Drop your head. Really bowing. It's a forward fold for your head. Good. Lift up just halfway. Knuckles back. Chest forward. Flip up your back heel. Warrior three. Again, the flexing is really nice because it's like you're standing on the wall, but just do something with your foot, right? Spread your toes. Lift your heart a little more. Maybe lift your back foot a little more. I think mine's in line with my hip, I hope. Good. Release hands to the left leg. Standing splits. As long as you can keep the hands on the ankle, then put one or both hands down. Pull yourself in, hold there, or handstand. One leg's always better. Don't skip the bad leg. Forward fold. Okay. Left foot to the back of the mat. Just a quick revisit of easy twist. Right arm up. Don't ask me why they call it easy twist. Nothing's easy. It shouldn't be. Nice to have ease to things, but It's different than easy. Okay, right hand down. Shorten your stance. So we're in a pyramid stance. We end up in twisting triangle. So we want the block outside the right foot. Most importantly, since we're not coming from standing, we're coming from folding, really find a long spine first. Reach your heart, reach your head, sit bones back, twist open, right arm up. Good, take it down. We'll unwind. There's a lot going on in that pose, like a lot. It's a big twist. It's for the hamstrings, it's for the hips. IT band, we hold so much crap there. So give yourself some time to have a moment. Like a counter twist, left arm can come up. Right, and then last time we skipped it. Let's take a nice deep forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. Here you could interlace again. You could come upside down, certainly. You could hold on to your ankles or your toes. Bring the weight forward in the balls of your feet. Again, your moment. Okay, hands under the shoulders, then walk them back forwards. So you're going to have the right foot forward, lift up the back heel, then drop the knee. And then just walk your hands up onto your front thigh. So we want this to be a back bend, so you just let the hips drop, right? We don't want them to be opening, still be square and hugging into midline, but let that be a big stretch for the front of the left leg as much as you can. And then press into the hands to find the back bend. Lift your heart. Your head can have nothing to do with it, doesn't matter. Your chin might be like parallel to the ground. Take your thumbs to the fronts of your shoulders. So look at the direction, the angle your fingertips are going in. Not up, but I'm already angled to do this back bend. I reach them back. And then like you're doing dolphin, bend your elbows, squeeze them in. It's like you're holding the block and your elbows are not wider than your wrists. Take an inhale and exhale, three-legged dolphin. Drop the elbows, lift the leg. Inhale here, look forward, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, to down dog. Good, so embryo, or just sit. Sometimes going low all the time isn't where I want to be, so sometimes you can just sit upright for your moment, for your breath. Not a check out, though. The moment is a check in. Okay, so when we've worked like this, we've built up to something that we may be warmed up for. The other part is we may be cooked. So we also want to know ourselves. Yoga is a self-study. Where are you at? Do you want to do this next thing? So I'm just saying that because I'll give options, so you can certainly just stay in embryo, skip any of this stuff. The other option is to just go into dolphin, keep lifting legs. And then finally, what we are working up towards is a Pincha Mayurasana. So a peacock, it's sometimes called, or forearm stand. So we are in an inversion. You're welcome to just go to a wall, but if you always kick to the wall, you never learn the pose. So there's nothing wrong with it. Certainly helps us learn. And there's something to not getting it and the learning of failing, right? So if you just kick up a bunch of times today but get no time, and that may happen to me, you still practiced and you're still learning and growing. So I love this variation for forearm stand particularly because it really does, to me, like recruit your biceps, and it makes sure you're hugging in versus this thing that your arms want to do when your hands are down. Yes, the traditional pose is like this, so you can do both. You can do this with the block, or you can hug into that block, which is my favorite way. So let's all come. Also, this one, less than headstand, but more than handstand, is not a kick. Okay, so handstand, definitely, to float up to a handstand needs lots of strength and lots of practice. To float up to a headstand, that's accessible for a lot of people. To float up to Pincha, like I said, it's in between, but I don't want us to flail and kick like you might for a
handstand. And you definitely would never flail or kick for a headstand. And if you want to do a headstand, you can actually. So that being said, what I want us to do is try to stack our joints like we said earlier, right? So I'm going to do my right leg up first. So the more I stack my joints, the more I can just float off the foot, versus if I really kick, I have way less control. So I'm using my core and I'm using that top leg to lift me up. Okay, and I'm going to try the other side. We got to try both sides. So stack the joints, get as close as you can with your standing foot, and try to float up. 2 or 3, and that's it. An embryo or seated. Let it go. These postures that challenge us, we can label them whatever we want, if they're intermediate, advanced, whatever. The intermediate or the advanced practitioner uses them to study themselves. What is my reaction? What do I observe while I'm just making shapes with my body? That's all that yoga is. So the only way that we're growing and learning from yoga is if we pay attention to what happens when we're making those shapes with our body. Whatever happened doesn't mean anything. Come to a seat and bring your, let's say, left shin parallel to the front of your mat, and stack your right foot over your left knee. And I like to lift my butt up and kind of bring myself closer to that front shin. And if this isn't accessible, or your knee's up in the air like mine is, you can put a block there. You can also just take kind of a fire log Sukhasana variation with the foot right in front of the knee. And then staying upright, or fingertips behind you, or you can come forward a little bit. So we slow it down, but we stay present. Close your eyes. Soften both sit bones, heavy towards the mat. Soften your face, your shoulders. Keep both feet flexed. When we take the sensation of the pose up and into our face, we take away the opportunity to deepen the pose, the breath, the awareness even. So we soften wherever we can notice we're gripping. And then slowly walk the hands back in. Take this top foot forward, bottom foot forward. You can do a little shake if you like. And then right shin parallel to front of your mat. Left foot with it flexed up on top of your knee or in front. Again, pick your butt up and find a good spot to be on your sit bones. Likely that's bringing the hips forwards. You can have fingertips behind you, sit upright, or fingertips forward for your double pigeon. Same thoughts here, or same work here, is to soften wherever you can. If you weren't paying attention, where is there somewhere that's gripping that you wouldn't even have noticed if you didn't keep paying attention like this? Yoga practice is just paying attention. It's attention training. Three more deep breaths. Slowly lift the chest, walk the hands in, help your left leg off of your right. Give your legs a little shake. Take your right foot and cross it over your left leg. Option to keep the bottom leg straight or tuck the heel in towards the hip, but the hip might lift. Let's ground it back down. Right fingertips behind you, left arm high. Inhale, either hook or hug. Find a twist. Lift tall on inhale, twist deeper on exhale. Use the leverage like we did in our chair to lift the heart and let your hips be heavy. One more breath. Good. Release and switch. Left foot crosses over right leg. Can choose to tuck the foot in. Left fingertips down, right arm high, inhale. Ground down through the left big toe mount. Exhale. Hook or hug your right elbow. Lift up nice and tall. Maybe look back over your left shoulder if it's okay on your neck. Keep inhaling to lengthen and exhaling to deepen your twist. Slowly release. Unwind, uncross. And we're going to go straight to Shavasana. If you need anything else. You can just hug the knees to the chest is always nice. A happy baby or legs up the wall. We did really cover a nice cool down. This being the most important part of your practice, whatever you're doing right now should be to support Shavasana, should be to set you up just that little extra bit for rest. So it's not crunches. And just stay lying. Suggest for a good 5 to 7 minutes you can pause, and when you're ready to come back up, just press play and join us. For those that are up, I thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining us on O2 Life. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.